This comic shows us what Ben Solo does when he becomes Kylo Ren. We meet Ren, the leader of the Knights of Ren, and find out that to join them you need to give them a good death, meaning someone powerful or someone close to you. Now we see Ben watching Luke's temple burn and follow what he does next. It turns out a few of Luke's students were off planet and returned to see the carnage. He tells them what happened, but two of them don't believe him, and the other one needs more information. Ben basically tells them that they should leave and that the Jedi is over. They try to stop him. He tells them that he doesn't have a problem with them, and that they shouldn't try to stop him. Two of them persist in wanting to make Ben pay, and the third, who we learn is Ben's friend, is trying to mediate the situation because he doesn't believe Ben would do this. Nevertheless, they fight, and Ben wins comfortably, without killing them, and leaves the planet. As Ben is in his ship deciding where to go, Snoke talks to him through the Force. Then, through Ben Solo's thoughts, we see Luke Skywalker's attack on him and how the temple got destroyed. Now, make of it what you will, but it doesn't look like Ben Solo done it. Eventually, the three other Jedi get themselves free and decide to go after Ben Solo by tracking his ship. Ben Solo arrives at this planet, which is just labelled as Elsewhere, and there he meets Snoke, showing us that Ben Solo knows full well who Snoke is. Now, this is probably the most interesting part of the comic, where we find out that the reason Snoke is deformed is because of Luke. At this point, Ben believes Luke to be dead. Snoke then asks Ben what he will do now that he is truly free. He then mentions the Knights of Ren. Snoke then explains the history of this planet. Ben tells Snoke why he hates his name and therefore why he wants to change it. Ben has an idea for a new name, something he thought of as a child, and Snoke reassures him that it is a good idea. Snoke warns Ben that to join the Knights of Ren is basically do or die. Through Ben's memories, we see that on the mission, Ben and Snoke were talking to each other through the Force without Luke knowing. On this mission to an Old Republic Jedi temple, Law, Luke and Ben encounter the Knights of Ren. They were there for the treasures inside as well. Luke duels all of them at once, forcing them to submit and retreat. But not before Ren senses the dark side in Ben and tries to persuade him to join them. Maybe not now, but at some time in the future. Ben speaks to Ren through the mask. Whether that's via technology or the Force, it doesn't say. This is when the three Jedi catch up to Ben and confront him for a second time. As you can see from these images of the fight, he doesn't try to hurt anyone. He just wants to be left alone. To give himself time to get away, he force pushes them into the temple and collapses it behind them. He then goes to Varnak to meet Ren. Yet again though, the Jedi manage to keep the rocks from crushing them. On the first, if not one of the first missions Ben has with the Knights, they're trying to get information from someone, but the person won't say anything, so Ren decides to kill him. But just before he does, Ben steps in and uses a variation of the Jedi mind trick that Snoke told him about to read his mind, like we see in The Force Awakens. Ren decides to kill this person anyway, confusing Ben. Again, the three Jedi catch up to Ben, and Ben fights Ty alone. Throughout the fight, Ty is trying to convince Ben Solo to come back. Ty gets through to him and he lowers his saber. And at that moment, Ren breaks Ty's neck through the Force. Ben turns on Ren and attacks him in an epic duel. we see that Snoke, Leia, Rey, and Palpatine feel this event through the Force. He then turns his attention to Vo and finishes her off as well. This is the moment where Ben becomes the master of the Knights of Ren. Finally, we see the construction of his new lightsaber.